Welcome everybody, my name is Michael and today we're discussing about Jake Freeman, a 20-year-old who turned a pretty sizable chunk of money into over $110 million sold on the stock market from BBBY. That's the ticker, the company, Bed Bath and Beyond. And the reason he was able to turn 25 to 27 million dollars, I think it was 27 million to 110 million dollars, that's the actual source, a good source. There were some rumors that he turned 25 million to 130 million, and the reason that probably was a rumor was because at one point in time the $110 million was worth 130, but it did start to go down a little bit, and that's when it was sold. And also selling what amounted to 6% of the entire stocks of the amount of shares available on the market. It's a little bit tough to sell such a large position without freaking out everybody else. And his timing was impeccable. This 20-year-old was able to raise funds from friends and family, pretty good friends and family. His uncle owns a investment company, so obviously they're wealthy and they have a good idea of what they're doing. In a couple of weeks, from July to August, he was able to sell one day before a known investor, multi-millionaire, who was part of the meme stock run of GameStop, Ryan Cohen. This was one day before Cohen sold, and all of the Wall Street bet type investors who were following Mr. Cohen's actions, well, they started selling and the stock plummeted. However, it's still well above where it was starting at, and Mr. Freeman purchased the stock right around $5.50. He was expecting to sell maybe $8, maybe $9. Well, it went up to $27, quite a bit further than that. He invested his $27 million through a Wyoming-based trading company to hide whoever had the money. But he's a 20-year-old USC student, great at mathematics, and part of his skills he was able to apply towards the real world and make a lot of money. Now, I'm sure that most of this money, being from friends and family, was returned with quite a hefty profit. But still, being able to keep millions of dollars for yourself and knowing that you were able to make, alongside your uncle, I'm sure he was the main guy who was helping out with the $27 million. You were easily able to make what most people can't even dream of in an entire lifetime in just a matter of a couple weeks. That's a good thing to put on your resume. And I'm sure he's going to have no problem finding a job, especially for an investment company, once he gets out. Maybe he might even start his own family office, or he might start managing his own family office. His family's pretty wealthy, so he's going to be just fine. So after his trade was announced everywhere on Reddit and through the media, a frenzy occurred, and everyone tried to figure out whether this was the real deal, where multiple reputable sources, news magazines and newspapers, were able to take a copy of his driver's license, compare the address to the one that was registered through the Wyoming vehicle that was registered in Sheridan, Wyoming, a small cowboy town where, thanks to some good regulations, almost everybody's trying to register an LLC there. And that's, first of all, if you have a lot of money, you want to hide your identity a little bit, and also taxes, mainly tax purposes. Low taxes, easy to set up. It's the best place to be, apart from Delaware, where there's this one building that has hundreds of thousands of companies that are technically registered there. That's always a fun thing to look into. But anyways, Mr. Freeman came from Summit, New Jersey, a pretty wealthy neighborhood. And one of his classmates said he tried running for president and actually registered and was able to get votes and stuff when he was 18 years old. Now, obviously, that didn't really go too far, and then at age 20, he did also sign up for a local treasurer position. Didn't get much further with that, but he did actually skip a year in college, and for applied mathematics and economics, he's able to secure himself a internship at a pretty good investment company. And now his mentor and him, who was not involved in the Bed Bath & Beyond trade, CEO and founder of Valeris Capital Management, he and the founder have actually published 2 academic papers on debts and options, and it's very interesting. They also have studied together, so it's definitely who you know, connections, money. But if you're already working for a trading company and you're very smart and you've got great math skills and you're part of the new Gen Z and following the news and meme stocks, he actually wrote back in July, after purchasing the position, to Bed Bath & Beyond, that they should change their financial strategy to capitalize on the fact that now they're becoming a meme stock and take on some more debts, new debts, based off of their new, better performance to pay off old debt loads at higher percentages. So I'm not sure if they did anything, but he cashed out with quite a hefty profit. Ryan Cohen did as well, but Ryan only made $8 or $9 million. And with this newfound wealth, he was able to invest into another company that is focused on medicine. Slightly different alternative medicine, but it's very popular in the news lately. So Jake was also mentored by his uncle Scott Freeman, which is an executive at a pharmaceuticals company and then also an investment company. And he was most likely the person who gave a sizable chunk alongside some other friends and family. And now they've invested together into a company, MindMed, a publicly traded company about that alternative medicine that Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary, is hyping up, alongside other companies. If you remember Avi, my old YouTube channel, we discussed about some of these alternative medicines, where right now it's a boom. There's plenty of companies that are actually providing, hopefully, stuff that can change the world and making a pretty good profit at it as well. And these guys also purchased a couple percentage of the company. That's insane. You're buying a couple percentage. I love Volvo. I mean, can you imagine? I love Volvo. I love driving Volvos. Let's buy 5% of the entire company. McDonald's, that's pretty good. Let's buy 10%. I love crypto, Binance and Coinbase. Let's buy a couple percent. Let's reach out to the CEO and take him over. That's insane. Anyways, thanks so much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day and take care. Bye. People online are kind of laughing about the situation, though. That's a different world where, again, these are just insane sums. Just ask friends and family to invest in you. Well, it's kind of tough. I mean, maybe you'll get $500, maybe $1,000. I don't know. Yeah. Good on you, Mr. Freeman. Good on you. I'm sure this kid's going to be a billionaire.